All right, so this is basically a workflow because I spend too much time after filming a video to make a thumbnail and then make LinkedIn posts and write the posts and all of this other stuff. So I was thinking it would be useful if we built a system that would just take a Loom transcript and turn it into a thumbnail, perhaps options, thumbnail options, more than one, into LinkedIn posts that are written about it and put it all into a Google Sheet, right? So it becomes really easy to just basically post from the Google Sheet. So we're gonna build that right now, and it's like something that I think I'm gonna need it. So we'll just start in NA10 in the blank one, and I think we'll just start by defining what the input is gonna be, which is a transcript. Okay, that's not you don't. It's okay. It's fine. Transcript. Yeah. Okay, it's gonna take a transcript, and then I'm thinking we'll do the AI analysis. Okay. To come up with a video title and I'll say thumbnail text. Okay, that's what we want this to have to come up with. I have a Google Drive here in a YouTube folder, and as you can see, for example, today is the 1st of February and there's nothing in it, where it would be better if we could, for example, take a look at Loom here, and you could just pretty much get the transcript, put it into a Google Doc file, drop the file in here, and then have it execute from that. So we'll come here and we'll say as a doc file. Yeah, that would make sense. Then it'll do video title and thumbnail text. So I think what we'll actually do is we'll do two different things. We'll have this, so video title and thumbnail text, and this will be the actual thumbnail generation. So this will be an image. Down here, we're gonna have 3 of these. Okay, so here we'll have LinkedIn post, I post 1, and I post 2, and then here we'll have LinkedIn post 3. Okay, and then we want these all to get into a Google Sheet. Okay, so this is basically what I think we should build out, and what I think is going to be useful for people who are also creators and struggling with finding the time to do all this extra stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, cool. So I think the first thing we'll do is start with a Google Drive trigger. So if, for example, I go to Loom, right, I open my Loom account. Oh, sorry. Alright, so here I have an actual video of mine. I'm going to go to transcript and I'm going to go to copy. Okay, now we're going to go back here. I'm going to open a new Google Doc. Okay, I'm going to paste that in, and I'm literally just going to name it today's date. So 0102 transcript. Okay. Now, this is what I want to put in the drive, so I'll go home. It should show up here. Yeah, transcript. I'm going to move it to YouTube. Now obviously the better way to do this would just be from within YouTube. You just go ahead and write, go to Google Docs and then blank document and then just, paste in the transcript there. Okay, anyways, so we're going to go to Drive. Triggers we'll look for on changes involving a specific folder, and the folder is going to be, well, it depends on the date. So actually what we need to do is not start with this. We'll start with we'll go to Drive. Yeah, okay. We can use the larger YouTube, this YouTube one. Just gonna copy the file ID. So this I'm gonna take out of full screen because it is not showing you everything for some reason. And let me just bring this down so y'all can see. Okay. Okay, so you're just gonna grab this, which is the folder ID. I'm gonna go back into N8N. I'm going to do by ID, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to watch for folder created. Okay? So if I do this and I fetch test event, we've got a bit of a sample test event. So if I go here, so you see this ID, this is the ID of the folder that was just created. Okay, so I'm going to pin this here. And now I'm going to go to go back to Drive, and we're going to say search files and folders. Okay, and the search query, let's add filter, and the folder we want to check is the one that we just picked up from the Google Drive search. Yeah, so if you basically just fold all of these things in, okay, fold everything in, what you're gonna get is fold this in, fold this in. This is like the main data now, and this is the ID we want. So we're just gonna bring this ID here. And the search query is going to be an expression, which is going to be now.format, and the format is going to be day, month. So capital M, dash. Actually, we're looking just for the folder. Sorry. Okay, so if I execute this step, you can see it's got it, and it's got the item. Okay, so I'll pin this, and now we'll go for an if node here, and we'll say if this is a string, which it is, and contains the word transcript. If I execute this step, you see it's true, it does contain the word transcript. Okay, so now that we have that, we'll go to another Drive node. We're gonna do download file, and we're gonna download this file. Okay, which is gonna add an option here, Google file conversion, and convert a Google Doc to HTML. If I run that again, you can see we get HTML. Okay. So now I'm going to search for HTML, and I'm going to go to extract from file, extract from HTML. This will basically PDF, extract from PDF. Okay, so this has actually now given us the actual transcript. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to open a set node here. I'm going to write here transcript. I don't seem to be able to write. I'm going to say transcript, and that's going to equal the text. Okay, so I'm going to execute this. And it's given us here the full transcript. Okay, so I'm just going to copy a portion of this. Alright, and I'm going to Control C. I'm going to go to Gemini. I'm going to say this is a transcript from a video. It is in NA10 as a string, but I want a JSON script to clean out the timestamps. We'll send that, and it's going to get the actual code node for us that we need to use to do this. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to code node. Press this, go to code, and go to code in JavaScript. Okay, and now let's go to Gemini, copy the code block below. Okay, so it's given us the actual node itself. Anyways, if you don't get that in your own Gemini chat, I will put this entire thing in the description. The whole workflow is actually in the description, so you can just go ahead and copy it from there. So if I run this, perfect. It's cleaned up the entire text very, very, very nicely for us. Okay. So we have that. Now we have the transcript. Now we need to do the actual AI analysis. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to Google Gemini, and I'm going to find Messenger Model. I'm going to pick my account. I'm going to use Messenger Model. I'm going to pick 3 Pro Preview. I'm going to go to Prompt, and I'm going to say model that you are a YouTube strategist. You will receive a YouTube transcript, and you need to come up with a title for the video. It must be catchy, address a pain point, and of course be relevant to the video. You will also come up with, I'm going to say you need to come up with a single title for the video. You will also come up with a single thumbnail text, which will be 3 to 5 words and must be written in all caps. You must output structured JSON with 2 properties. One with 2 properties. The title and the thumbnail text. Structured JSON in all caps. Okay, I'm going to say here are examples of titles and thumbnail text that have already performed well. Okay, now I'm going to just fill this in with some actual data. Alright, I've gone ahead and I've filled out some examples of it, titles and thumbnail text. I'm going to say here must be camel case. So yeah, okay, this will give us that. We'll turn on output content as JSON. We'll add message, and here I'll say my transcript, and we'll give it the transcript here. Now I don't know if we really need to feed it all of that, because this is a lot. I mean, you know, token wise this is a lot, but anywho, let's just see how it does. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm gonna put this thing here, this thumbnails folder that I have with some of the thumbnails I think have been pretty good so far. Probably put that one as well. I think it's been pretty decent. This one as well. But like, so I don't know which ones perform better or worse. That was fast. Title, thumbnail text. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it some more whatever. I'll say here, pay attention to how the thumbnail text and title are never the same. We take advantage of the fact that we can say two things to the user, to the viewer. One in the title and one in the thumbnail. Okay, let's just, yeah, so let's run that again. And actually, I just realized something. Let's go back to the model for a second, and I want to bring this up here. All right, I'm gonna say output schema, and I'm gonna give it an output schema. The way I'm gonna do that, turn on post data marketing assets and text, build a content machine. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay, but it's not outputting JSON, right? So if I go ahead and just grab an LLM chain and I turn on require output format, I click here and I go to structured output parser and I go to JSON schema, and I just copy this as a basic template that we can work with. Remove this, come here. Output schema. Okay, type object properties. We have title, which will be a string, and we have thumbnail text, which will also be a string. So we don't need this. We don't need these items either. This will be thumbnail text. Yeah, so we have type object properties title is this, so thumbnail. Let me just make sure we have this one matches this one. Properties matches this one. Title matches this one, and thumbnail text matches this one. Alright, let's go again. Now that I've told you what its output schema should be, I'm also just going to go ahead and pin this all so that we don't have to keep running through the same thing again and again. Bow, bow. Okay, anyways, while I was saying these are some example thumbnails, right, that I have. So this looks like the same as that one, so I'll move this to trash. So we basically have these. Now what I want to do is, they're kind of all the same thing, but lately I've been just testing out this kind of one where I show the actual workflow in the back, right, like that. Wow, I look like a child. My God. Okay. Anyways, tell me, did it work? No, it's still not outputting the content as JSON. I could just probably remove this, and here I'll say you must output structured JSON only. Do not output any text outside of the JSON. Follow this JSON schema. Okay, we'll put that there and now try this again. Okay, so let's say I want to replicate between this one and this one, which are both very similar, posts and whatever. So what we can do is, there's this Gemini logo there, which I want to get rid of actually. So let me do that right now. I'm going to just download this and download this one. Why does it keep giving me text? Why does it keep giving me text? Title, turn one post into 30 assets using AI. Thumbnail, text, automate your marketing. It's refusing to do this. Okay, I'm gonna just try something here. So that will be, so just make this like this. Title. Type is string. Okay, and we have thumbnail. Type is also string. That's for that. Don't need this one. I'll put this in like this thing here. And I'll say here I'll go for description. The title you came up with. And then here again I'll go for description. I'll say the thumbnail text you came up with. Alright, anyways, in the meantime, since it's gonna just basically do an edit of the image, it doesn't necessarily have to be so perfectly like whatever. I just don't want it to keep this little Gemini logo, and it's gonna regen the whole image, so it's like not that serious, you know. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. And for this one, well, I don't know what's going on here, but oh, I know what happened there. Yeah, I know what happened there. Okay. Anyways, let's try grab like something like, you know, like this and just put it there and I feel like those will be fine. It's gonna most likely gonna fix it anyways. Um, we could also just instruct it to, gosh, okay. Um, follow this JSON schema. And we have turned on output content as JSON, so it's very weird that it's not doing that. Okay, anyways, let's continue on because we're gonna have to run a second flow. 2.5 Pro, I'm gonna give that a shot. So anyways, we're gonna run a second flow here, which is gonna be another download file. So let's go to Drive, Google Drive, download file. I'm gonna probably stick with this. I like this one a lot. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna do by ID. I'm gonna paste the ID in there. Okay. Alright, forget about that. Let's just go for the LLM chain. Basic LLM chain, defined below. Connect this to this, come here. Here we can now actually use the Gemini 3 Pro preview, which I just think is way better. Actually 2.5 Flash is also going to work, so that's okay. Go here, turn on enable requires specific output format, structured output parser, JSON schema from here, title, thumbnail text. This is not going to be an array, there's not going to be any items, so we can get rid of this. Yeah, the type will be a string. Okay, so that's the whole JSON schema that we need, is all that. What else do we need to do? We add a prompt, system prompt. So there's a very, very good chance that we get an error saying that the system message needs to come before the user message. I'm not entirely sure, but that can very likely happen. If it does, we'll have to just swap out the Okay, finally. Wha- Why are there no spaces? We don't have any spaces there. That's very weird. Okay, anyways, let's try write a description here. The video title you came up with. Put a comma. And here we'll say the thumbnail text. Thumbnail text you came up with. That's so funny. It didn't give us any spaces in between them. That's really weird. Anyways, it's okay. Build an AI content machine. Thumbnail text one post is equal to 30 assets. Okay, it's alright. I don't think it's the best though. Like maybe let's not use 2.5 Flash. Maybe let's use 2.5 Pro. 2.5 Pro. Let's try that one. Yep, does take a little bit longer because, you know, it's a Pro model, not a Flash model. Build an AI that turns one idea into 30% more assets. Automated content machine. I like that one. I like this one more. Let's just stick to 2.5 Pro is pretty good. Okay, anyways, here I'm gonna download a file, which is check your credentials. Alright, so press this thing. Press reconnect, choose an account, okay, anyways, let me just make sure it's on the right file. This is the file, this is the file, execute the step. Forbidden, perhaps check your credentials. That's weird. I don't know if it's a credentials problem actually, because if I unpin this and just run this for a second, yeah, that's perfectly fine. So it's not actually a credentials issue because they have the same credentials. File by ID. Okay, I have an idea. Let's rename this to 1. Okay, we'll rename this to 2. Rename this to 3. Okay, rename this to 4. Alright. And rename this to 5. Okay. So let me first do a search files and folders. So search files and folders. Folder. Okay. I don't really have a search query here. Just that the actual folder I want to watch is my thumbnails folder. Oh, that's the problem. This ID I have given it is for a folder, not a file. So you see, if I execute this step, right, and then I come here. Sorry, first let me execute this one, just so I can pin that. Okay, I'll execute this one now. And if I come here and I say by ID, and I look at this, the output of this is 5 items. See those 5 items. And I come here and I want to download, which one did I like? Number 2. So let's use number 2, which is this one. So if we want to grab that, we're going to have to put a split node, split out. Sorry, we need to put a merge node. Go search for aggregate in ID. Put ID and name. Name wasn't found in any of the. Alright, which one I want to go with? I want to use number 2, right, which is this one. So I'm going to put that one here, and then I'm going to execute this step, and I have now my thumbnail in N8N. Alright, so I'm going to pin this. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to open a Gemini here. I'm going to go to edit an image. Okay, so edit an image, and I'm going to feed this into it. And I'm going to feed this into it. So in oh, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. Well, it's not going to work like that. And if we put a merge node, then I still don't see it being able to pick the binary data. Alright, here we'll use 3. Alright, I want you to remove the watermark, remove the white star from the bottom right of the image. Keep the color scheme and the individual. Change the text to automated thumbnail text. Automated content machine. Change the text to so let's see if that works. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It was obviously bound to happen that way. So I think what we actually need to do is delete this and delete the merge node and delete this, bring this into here. And have this come here. Change the text to this. You have exceeded your core. Okay, sorry, that's not the right API. Well, for the most part, it did it right. It's just that we still have that watermark. The watermark is still there. I have one that doesn't have a watermark though. Like for example, we have this one. We have this one as well, which I think, oh no, it's got it. But this one should be very easy to get rid of. So if I just download this, okay, and I'm just gonna do something like that with it. To be fair, it's not like anybody is really gonna be paying attention to this little thing in the corner. I don't know. Okay. And I suppose here I should somehow grab a little bit of this dark kind of color and bring it slightly over that thing. Yeah. Okay, that looks fine. So if I just move this to trash and bring in this 5 and come here, unpin this, execute this, execute this. Let's pick number 5. Did it get number 5? No. Is it there now? Yeah. Okay, run it again. Did it get 5? Yes, it did. Okay, run this. From here, I'm gonna pick 5.png, which was this one. I think it's the best one. So if I execute the full workflow, make this a bit straighter. Okay. If I view this, there you go. As you can see, automated content machine tutorial. Automated content machine. I think, okay, so that obviously, you know, it worked, but it kept the word tutorial, which shouldn't have. So one thing I will say is I'll remove that. I'll change the text to strictly, and and then we'll just put it in quotation marks. I think that would be more, the model would understand it better if we do it like that. Okay, but anyways, it's fine. For now, we can just go ahead and pin that. The question is the dimensions the same? There's a, nope. Okay. Anyways, the last thing I want to do is, well, we don't need to do any of that, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So we have all this. Now we want to make a Google Sheet. So let's go here, go to Google Sheets. We'll make a blank sheet. Or actually, I already have a Google Sheet that I would use for this. So I'm gonna make a new one here and call it title, thumbnail, posts. Okay, so bring this towards the end over here. Okay, so here we're going to put the title. Here we're going to put the thumbnail text. Okay, here we're actually going to have the actual thumbnail. What a weird word. Okay, so title and this, and here we'll have the thumbnail itself. The way we'll do that is we'll come here, go to Drive, upload file. The file name, I'm gonna go to this, and whatever we call the thumbnail text is what I'm gonna use as this. And the parent folder is gonna be this 1M, which should be my YouTube we'll put it in the file, in the folder that has the transcript, right? So the way we found the transcript was we searched for this and we got this folder ID, right? No, this is of the actual post. So, search query for this, so I'll go here, from list. Okay, hold on, search files. I know that this is 1RW, so what I'm looking for, is there anywhere that we have that as the ID, this one here. Yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna put it in there. So if I execute this step, file name, parent folder, okay. If we run it again, the item has no binary. Oh, it's called, my bad. It's called edited. It's called edited, that's the name of the file. So now if I look here, we should get a, real soon, a thumbnail. Very nice. Okay, so the final part of this, now that we have everything, well, almost everything, we now want to write 3 LinkedIn posts, right, based on the transcript. So we'll come down here, open LLM chain, basic LLM chain. We're gonna have the same, this thing, although it's not gonna be able to find it right now, so we'll have to take it here, bring it there. Okay, okay. We'll add a prompt, a system prompt, and we'll need to turn on requires specific output format. We'll go here, structured output parser, using a schema, come here. I'm going to say this is post 1. We'll get rid of this thing, we don't need it. This is going to be post 2, which is going to be a string as well. And we're going to have post post 3. We need to put a comma. Put a comma there. Indent this. Type is going to be a string. Post 3. Alright. And for the model, we're going to go with Gemini again, because Gemini is just really good. And we'll pick 3 Pro Preview and select this as the main one here. Okay, so now I need a system prompt for this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have, again, this will all be in the description, but I have this writing agent that I built in anti-gravity, and it's got a lot of data that it's going to use to write proper posts. Now, what I'm going to just do is I'm going to say, I need you to think through the process of writing a post and give me a system prompt to give a Gemini model. It has no tool access, so just give it the rules and guidelines as best you can. Output markdown. So this is a writing agent, which is it's a project I've been working on for a while, and every day I'll just help it get better and better at writing more like a human. And so far it's been quite good on LinkedIn. So we're just going to try put that into a system prompt. You are the orchestrator of the VSE, rhythm, rule, conversational tone. Wow. Okay. We're only going to copy a portion of this because we don't need the whole thing. So we're going to go here, expression, paste it here. And I'm just going to say that you must output structured JSON where post 1, post 2, and post 3 are the only properties. You will always create 3 posts. Yeah, that sounds fine. See how it goes. Post 1, post 2, post 3. Okay, now we're gonna go Google Sheets. Append row in sheet. Alright, I'm gonna go with I don't think that yeah, so I'm gonna grab the ID of this sheet from the URL. Alright, and I'm gonna choose cannot load list. Okay, from list. That's why. Go here, title, thumbnail text, thumbnail. So that one will start with from here, title, thumbnail text, and this web view link is the thumbnail. Okay, and then here we'll have post 1, it should do the auto thing. There we go. Let's refresh the columns. Post 1, post 2, post 3. Okay, so basically from like start to finish, from start to finish is this, right? So here I have a video transcript. I simply put the transcript in the Google Drive file. I run the whole thing. And immediately I get this. So we get a title, thumbnail text, post 1, post 2, post 3. These are all posts that we can post on LinkedIn. Plus we get this, which is a thumbnail made for the video. So you basically just need to put your transcript as a simple Word or Google Docs, and your output is all of this. Save a lot of time.